What's up, guys? Welcome to Ray and Lonnie's Reviews. Today we're going to do a debate because this one still thinks that King Kong can beat Godzilla. So I'll let her do her thing because she wrote fucking notes so she can beat me in this debate.
No.
I don't need notes. Godzilla doesn't need notes. So
just as a disclaimer, okay, I love Godzilla and King Kong, both of them. Now the reason why we're both on opposite sides of the spectrum here is because we both have our own biases due to the fact that he grew up mostly with Godzilla and I grew up mostly with King Kong. So there's a bias between this debate. Just to get that out of the way, that's the reason why I am emotionally invested in King Kong. I really am.
King Kong movies are?
I know there's a lot more.
How many
Godzilla.
King Kong movies are
There's
there?
like only 6 of them. I know.
No, there's 3.
3? No?
Yes. King Kong versus Godzilla, King Kong, and Kong Skull Island. Maybe 4 if you count the other King Kong. But either way.
There's a lot more Godzilla. I totally get that. But I am emotionally invested in King Kong and he is emotionally invested in Godzilla. If you are.
I know who's better.
You're underestimating.
A monkey?
You are turning your back on the mammalian animal kingdom part of the world, okay?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna stick with my
Okay, whatever. Let's start the debate.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
So, you go first.
No, you go first. You got the notes.
You go first.
You go first.
You're so strong. You're the one who came up with the idea to have this debate in the first place. So
Okay,
you
well, I'll go first.
Go ahead. All right.
Godzilla.
Wait, should we time it? Should we time it? 30 seconds each?
Alright.
Okay. We're gonna do this.
Godzilla's better. You go now.
No, you have 30 seconds to explain.
No, that's my 30 seconds.
30 seconds
Go.
to explain.
No, you gotta go. You're the one who took the notes.
You can't just say Godzilla's better because that's not an
Because
argument. That's just an opinion. That's not facts. That's not.
Godzilla's better. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's
the
better. I don't really need 30 seconds just to tell you how much better he is. But you know what? If you want to go, you want to win this battle, you should use your notes and tell me. Okay? Ready?
Okay, so you claim that Godzilla is bigger and stronger. And okay. Yes, Godzilla is bigger. But if you look at it, okay, so King Kong, first off, King Kong and the past movie, it was set in the 70s, and Godzilla is already standing at 104 feet tall, 158 tons. The next movie that's going to come out, Godzilla vs. King Kong, it's going to be like 50 years later.
How big is Godzilla? Or are you saying King Kong?
No, King Kong. I'm talking about King Kong, my bad. In the last movie that came out, King Kong on Kong Skull Island, it took place, of course, in the 70s, and he is 104 feet tall.
All right, that's your 30 seconds.
I know because you interrupted me, so I'm not even adding anything new. I'm just restating what I'm saying. Okay. Let me just say the last little bit of my sentence. Okay. 104 feet tall, 158 tons. And his teeth are 4.5 feet long. Picture that, okay? Almost as tall as me. That is how big his teeth are. His
canines.
Okay, he has 4 of them. He has 4 of them.
Okay, Godzilla has more.
Okay, so still, that's like still. He's not done growing. It says in the movie that he's still like basically like a teenager-ish. If you want to put it like in comparison. The next movie, Godzilla vs. King Kong, is going to be set either present time or 10 years from now, so about 40-50 years. So he still has 40-50 years to grow. So that means that he's going to be bigger. So there's that. Go ahead.
10 years from now?
No, 10 years. No, it's either like present day. It could be either like.
No, it's present day.
Okay, well, still it's like 40-50 years. So go.
Okay. Well. You want to put his canines. Godzilla has way more canines in his mouth than Kong ever had. And then on top of that, Godzilla is 355 feet tall, which is almost more than double almost 3 times his size. And Godzilla is still growing as well. Godzilla is born off of radiation, so that's all he eats and that's all he needs to sustain his life. King Kong, on the other hand, he needs to feed on foods and other stuff, but he's not radiation based. So he's more so closer to a human than Godzilla will ever be. On top of that, Godzilla's his atomic breath is not always necessarily about fire, but at the same time it is a mixture of both fire and force. So being hit by it is not something to take lightly. I don't think King Kong, or not even King, he's not even King yet. Kong is not even worthy of taking a blast from Godzilla like a few times. He got nuked by, or not nuked, but he got the what's that he got burned like really fucking bad, and he almost died. So
from what?
From the people who burned him.
No, that's funny.
Yeah. So I don't see how you could even think that he would take on Godzilla. But your turn.
Okay, so yes, there is a size difference. Okay, but as an analogy, it'll be like a sumo wrestler with a musket. That is Godzilla. You have an MMA fighter with nunchucks. That is King Kong. King Kong has a lot more agility. He's very, very strong. He's a lot faster. Godzilla, on the other hand, he's a lot slower. He's still strong, but he's a lot slower. He has very little arms. He's like a little T-Rex. And his fire breath, it's like a musket. And I say this because once you shoot, it takes forever to reload.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It takes forever to reload. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so it's my turn. My turn. It's my turn. So, okay, so there's that. So that's my analogy, or that analogy actually is used by Bandit Incorporated YouTuber. Pretty cool. And also, according to Bandit Incorporated, and I quote, this is one of his videos, the Godzilla's atomic breath is dominated by a bluish-greenish light, which is over 50% of movies that he's in. Then the real power is that his attack is probably coming from ionic radiation, and not so much of a heat wave. It's more like a blast, just to push away. And it even shows in the 2014 movie of Godzilla that it did not blast a hole in the, what's that monster's name? The one we were just watching?
The Muto?
Yeah, the Muto.
It did.
It just...
It burned his neck off. Like... What?
But you show, like, in the fight, you show it pushes him back.
Yeah,
now, King Kong, he did survive, and it's the napalm. He survived a lake full, an entire huge lake full of napalm, which napalm, if you don't know, which is in the Castle movie, it's a flammable liquid that is a mixture of gel and fuel, usually like gasoline or petroleum, something like that. And it sticks to the skin and it burns you. Yes, King Kong is fur and skin, and Godzilla is scale. But if you look, he wasn't as easily as flammable as we thought he was. He was standing in a lake full of napalm and fighting in this lake full of napalm, you didn't really see it really burning him. Yes, it affected him. Because I mean, of course, it is napalm, but it wasn't burning as easily as we thought it would be.
Completely fucking wrong. One, Godzilla does not need to charge his thing up, and it does not take as long as a fucking musket. He can do it at any given time, which was shown in the 2014 movie. He did it, like, the only reason he didn't do it was because he wasn't, like, he thought he could take them on with his hands. Two, he can be very quick when he wants to be. He just didn't choose to be in this fight because, like they're flying, so what is quickness going to help you? They're above you. But he did show his quickness when he whipped his tail and crushed that other Muto against the building. On top of that, his skin is pretty much impenetrable. It would take a lot. It's stated that it would take the force of an atomic blast to hurt him, just to hurt him, which King Kong doesn't possess. 2, King Kong doesn't possess any abilities. All he has is his hands. Godzilla has strength, height, and abilities on his side. And he has his spikes.
His ability is to have abilities? That's what you just said.
Whatever, I might have said it wrong. But either way, like, she says that King Kong is smarter. That's not necessarily true because Godzilla actually has 2 brains instead of 1. And when you think about it, do you think monkeys are smart? No, you don't. So, I mean, on top of that, like, King Kong is kind of dumb in his own right. He went for the white woman and ended up dying. So, I mean, that shows how stupid he was.
Well, gorillas and apes, primates, are actually amongst the smartest next to humans in the entire animal kingdom. They use weapons, just like King Kong does. He uses weapons. And in Godzilla vs. Godzilla 2, it shows that his second brain and his spine, if it is destroyed, then he will die. Godzilla has died in King Kong vs. Godzilla due to man-made electricity. And also, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, it is claimed that Godzilla has a weak spot under his armpit. So, there are weaknesses to him, and due to Godzilla, you know, being slower than King Kong and having less agility, and the fact that his arms are tinier leaves King Kong in the upper hand because he is faster, he has more agility, and he can use weapons to really hurt Godzilla and where, like, in the back of his spine and also underneath his armpit, where his arms are very, very small, mind you. And that is according to Reddit.com, by the way. So you can go ahead and look up that. Okay.
So you're not even stating facts. You're just going on websites just to find these things, which
no,
aren't even true.
I'm not.
Watched the movie, and I've watched all of the movies, and his spine is not a weakness. Okay. He has spikes on his back for a reason. And maybe the armpit thing is real. But why is Kong going to hit him? Okay, like, but...
Why would he hit him in the back? Because, of course, that is...
No, his armpit. Like, no one's going to hit him in the armpit.
Boy, you could be aiming for the ribcage. You could be aiming for the heart. That is, of course, a weak spot for basically all animals. Mammalian or not. Okay?
Okay, based on the fact that Godzilla was hit with a fucking nuke and didn't die, and Kong was in a lake of napalm and pretty much almost died, would have died if he wasn't saved. I think that puts Kong out of the way as far as in that time. Like, Godzilla would have destroyed Kong in that time. And this time, yes, he might have a closer fight, but I don't see him winning it. Like, Godzilla is stronger, bigger, and he can be just as fast if he needs to be. And he has his tail, like, he has multiple appendages. Like, yes, his arms are short, but he makes up for it with his tail.
No, I mean, no, you're right. I still think it's like a sumo wrestler up against a ninja.
It's
like,
not a sumo wrestler.
Like, I mean, they're both have their strengths and their weaknesses, and...
You say it's a sumo wrestler because they're huge and they look slow, but they're moving, like, they're moving very fast.
No, I know.
For their size. So, I mean, yeah, they might be big. Yeah, it might look like they're going slow, but even a small Kong couldn't do shit to Godzilla if he was running circles around him because he has distance advantage.
King Kong is far faster and smarter and quicker.
He's not.
Yes, he
The
is.
Mutos were just as fast as those skull crawlers, if not faster.
You can't compare the Mutos to Godzilla because Godzilla.
I'm not comparing them to Godzilla. I'm comparing them to the Mutos. The skull crawlers and the Mutos are pretty much the same fucking thing, the smaller scale.
Well, still, I love Godzilla. Godzilla is my baby.
That's right. You heard it.
No.
You heard it right.
No. I mean, no, King Kong. King Kong. No. King Kong is my baby. I love King Kong.
She's abusive. She's mad because she's losing.
I love King Kong. King
King Kong is great. Like, as far as movies go, Kong had the better movie. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But
even you were like, whoa!
fuck yeah, like that movie was awesome. But
they're both super awesome characters and creatures and monsters and whatever you want to call them. I love them both. I'm just more emotionally invested in King Kong.
That's not the debate though.
I'm just saying the debate is already over. Like, it has been proven time and time again that they have just like gone head to head, and it always ends up in a tie.
The only reason it ever comes out in a tie is because they're being they're not even trying to be fair about it. They want Kong to win because it's an American movie. And like they're trying to show favor towards America, but Kong should never have won any of the fights back then because Godzilla has faced bigger and stronger monsters than Kong. And if Kong had ever gone up against those monsters, he would never even come close to winning. Like, he would die a million times before Godzilla would die. So I'm just saying. And like the people who are, or the monsters who are going to be in the next movie, which are King Ghidorah and Rodan and Mothra. Maybe.
And now it's gonna be super cool seeing them team up now. So we'll see.
Maybe Kong could fight Rodan, but Ghidorah no. Like, even Godzilla has like the toughest time beating Ghidorah on his own. He usually has to have the help of Rodan or Mothra, and they're saying that in this fight,
and by the way, no.
They're saying in this fight,
King Kong is fast enough to dodge Godzilla's blast. That's how quick he is. He's super quick. So even if he isn't.
No, he's not. Even in the movie, it showed he's not that damn fast. Why didn't he dodge the fucking...
You really wanted to dodge it.
Okay.
And he could break his jaw like how he did the T-Rexes.
No, he couldn't.
Yes, he could.
He's not strong enough.
Okay.
Like,
He killed the T-Rex like that?
Yeah, Godzilla's not a fucking T-Rex. He would crush a T-Rex with his foot.
Okay.
Even in the time that Kong was around. So if you want to bring that Kong into play, that Kong would be obliterated first encountering Godzilla. So, yeah.
But you did see that in this past Kong Skull Island movie, that they made King Kong the biggest that he's ever been in Hollywood history. And that's, like I said before, that's based in the 70s.
But yeah,
40 years ago. Speed up time to present day, he has grown. He still has grown. And he's not done growing.
If he's grown, he hasn't grown that much.
He's not done growing.
Even if he's grown, he hasn't grown that much.
So, okay, well still, if he's like a teenager, and we know how a teenager, because he's a gorilla, he's like, you know, the mammal, whatever, like very close to humans. He's in the teenager phase. He's in puberty. He's spiking up like that. He's growing like that. You do realize that
gorillas, in their own state, they don't even grow that fast or that tall, right?
Gorillas are huge.
They don't grow that tall.
Are you kidding me?
They don't grow that tall, though.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay, compared to normal, like if you compare them to humans,
they grow
tall.
Yeah.
But I'm not comparing them to humans. I'm comparing
they
them
can grow over 500 pounds and can bench press 4,600 pounds. That's just a gorilla. Like on all fours, I read that they're 5'11".
It's not that tall.
If you saw a 500-pound beast, 5'11".
Okay, 500 pounds, it doesn't matter. Like, he's not that tall.
It can bench press 4,600.
I forgot that when you can bench press stuff, it makes you look taller.
But I'm saying, like, you don't want to fuck with a gorilla if you come across a gorilla.
Yeah,
I'd rather die.
I'm not saying I would, but I'm saying that they don't grow that tall, so his height does not matter.
Okay, we've already established that Godzilla is far bigger. Oh, shit. Ah, Lola!
See, that's what you did.
Damn it. But yeah, we've already established that, and I get it. I'm not arguing against that, because then that would be stupid. But, like I said, he's quicker. He's still insanely strong.
What's Godzilla?
He has more agility, he's faster, and he uses weapons. He's very smart, you know?
Godzilla uses weapons too.
Not as much as King Kong.
Yeah, he has. He's used the boat before to fucking smack another monster. And he's also kicked the shit out of Zilla into a building and blew it up.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
I mean... Sorry, but your Kong is just...
No! Let us know who you think is better, King Kong or Godzilla. I think they're both awesome. Like I said, I'm more so like, and I'm also a very big sucker for like the underdog stories. And you know, sometimes a little man always comes out on top, and that's how, you know, and that is so you automatically don't think much of King Kong, and so you're not, you know what I mean? So
I think a lot of King Kong. I just know that I know his downfalls, and it's not him. Like, it's not his speed. He's not going to be able to use that to too much advantage.
He could be dancing around and super quickly.
Okay, Superman versus Flash. Superman. You can be as fast as you fucking want to, but if someone's stronger than you, you're done.
Superman would be Flash?
Yeah.
You think so?
I know so. He's beaten him a ton of times. He might not be as fast as Flash, but...
But we're not talking about Flash and...
We're talking about speed. Are we not?
I'm saying he has that as an advantage on top of being hella strong.
Okay.
And
Godzilla's hella strong too.
Okay, but
and he's
Superman,
not slow. He's not as slow as you're saying he is. He's not a fucking musket, and he's not a sumo either. He's just huge.
Compared to King Kong, he is.
Yeah, but you're thinking about it you're thinking about it as far as how it was scaled and what you saw. That's because they're smaller. They're a ton times smaller. So of course he's gonna look faster. Because it's a smaller space that he's filling up.
Okay, baby. I've said what I needed to say. And you keep repeating yourself, rephrasing it. And I don't want to have to keep on rephrasing myself because I already said what I needed to say. So.
Well, you're wrong. You lost the debate. Like, you had to go and fucking write a notebook full of notes just so you could even be on par with what I'm saying. And you're not. You're still wrong. Sumo wrestler? Sumo wrestler.
I'm saying that's like an analogy to think about it.
You're saying a sumo wrestler versus an MMA fighter. That's
a sumo wrestler is super strong.
That's not a correct
And they're
analogy.
also very, you know, sumo wrestlers are very, they have technique to their fighting style. So I'm not saying that they're dumb.
No, you're saying that they're slow.
Compared to an MMA fighter?
Yeah, which Godzilla's not slow. He's just a lot bigger.
But King Kong is a lot faster. I'm not saying King Kong is slow.
Not.
I'm just saying King Kong is faster.
He's not faster. Well, he might be faster, but not that much. You're saying
he is faster.
You're saying it like he's leagues above him.
Whenever he walks, he's like this. And he has a slow motion theme song every time he walks.
He's fucking huge.
And then King Kong can fucking run. He can run. He can run on 4.
Godzilla can run too.
And he
can run on 4.
He can.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Alright, what's up guys? We're just gonna finish up this video here.
Oh my gosh.
Because this one still thinks you won. But anyways, so like we were saying, King Kong definitely has the better movie. As far as the latest one that came out, Kong Skull Island. But as far as strengths, as far as weaknesses, Kong has more weaknesses than Godzilla does. And like,
but whatever Godzilla doesn't have, King Kong does have, like in terms of strengths.
Okay, what doesn't Godzilla have?
The speed.
Okay.
The arms. Okay, which is like very, like, it's very important in a fight, don't you think? Like, if I had smaller arms and I'm going up against you in a fight, wouldn't that make a difference? Yes, it would.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it would.
Kong doesn't have distance on King Kong on Godzilla.
Okay, but he can
if
still
Godzilla wanted to fight him...
Yeah, but he can climb on his back. What if he were to climb on his back? You're gonna mess up my shot.
Why would Kong...
He could
Kong's
try
not
to,
that
like...
small.
Huh?
He's not that small.
King Kong?
Yeah.
But he could still beat him up because he can't reach behind him. Like, he can't...
But he's
like,
not that small.
But he's smaller than Godzilla.
Yeah, but not like that, no.
We're looking over the camera. That's why,
Sorry.
yeah. That's why we're looking above the phone because we're looking at each other.
But no, he's not that small. I mean, yes, he's smaller than Godzilla is, but he's not so small to the point where he can actually climb on his back.
But he could still, like, beat him up like that. That's a way, like...
if he was that small. But even then, like, if he was that small, he wouldn't be able to even do much damage to him.
I'm not saying he's that small. Like, he's still really big.
But you're saying he was going to climb on his back, so he would have to be that small to beat him up by climbing on his back.
Well, or jump on his back. As a rephrase. Yeah. Anyways. Smarter?
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
He is.
He's really not.
I think he is.
Okay, Kong used weapons. So did Godzilla. He used the fucking building to crush that other monster.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
And he used his hands to do the Kong type shit, ripped his jaw open and blew fire down his throat and pretty much burned his neck off. Like you were trying to say his breath is not fire. It's only a push. It's a fire.
I already said what I needed to say. So, let us know what you think.
See, that's how you know who lost.
Let us know what you think.
That's how you know who lost.
Hopefully I was able to just shed, my whole point was to hopefully shed some light because everyone is quick to say Godzilla because he's bigger. So obviously everyone's going to say Godzilla and he has his fire breath. Yes, I get it. Godzilla is super, super strong, super, super dope. But hopefully I shed some light on King Kong. And, you know, although he is, like, technically the underdog, he's still not somebody to fuck with. That's the whole deal. Like, hopefully I can, you know, have people, you know, they are going to team up in this next movie. So we need Godzilla is going to have to trust King Kong to help him fight and beat the bad guys. So, this next movie, hopefully, it'll show what he has to offer. Definitely bring it to the table, especially with today's cinematography and today's writing. It's a lot better than, you know, the old school stuff. Definitely have stepped their game up. So we'll see. Hopefully, they can bring justice to King Kong.
Just so you guys know, they're saying that in this next movie that they want you to, like, feel something, like they want you to cry. And
usually with King Kong, is like you always cry for King Kong. Like,
so he's probably going to get hurt. He might not die. I hope he doesn't die because that last movie was great. But I'm going to finish this up here. So thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments down below who you think won this battle and who will win in the fight.